What's up guys, I'm Isaac here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson with your pre-owned bike of the week, this 2009 Harley-Davidson Softail Deluxe. Oh my, what a beaut this bike is. First thing that's going to catch your attention is, of course, it's a Harley-Davidson Softail Deluxe. But what really makes this one jump is, of course, the white walls, the chrome, and that custom yellow paint. So let's get a closer look at that. So first thing right here, you got the wolf eyes up in the front, and sort of this wolf into flame with all this heavy white or heavy yellow flake all throughout. A nice deluxe insignia right there in chrome, little chrome accent trim all around. And let's see, we got more right here on the tank. Nice little tassels there, keeping it. Honestly, not a huge tassel guy, but I don't think I could take these. I don't think I could take these off this bike. I mean, it's really adds to it right there. Really just makes it this, custom, old school work of art right here. And so let's show you that tank a little bit more. So a little bit of flame. There's the view from the cockpit. This flame and flake all throughout. A little bit of bedazzle here and there on the tank, as well as on the derby cover and a couple other little Harley insignias here and there. It does have the locking saddlebags, a little bit more tassel for you. Let's see. And there's another wolf right here on the tail, just to go ahead and tie all that together there. Now this one is old school, so it is rocking the 96 cubic inch twin cam with all that chrome all over on it, and it is a 2-to-2 exhaust here with the turnout, so it sounds loud and it sounds good. We're gonna crank that up for you here in just a second. But I mean, look at this thing. It's sharp. I mean, it's got a lot of really good touring benefits to it, or at least little bits of comfort and a lot of modern tech on it. So you'll see it's got LEDs pretty much everywhere around it. So you've got custom dynamics headlights with the nice little halo on them, as well as with the fog lights. You've got some bright LED turn signals coming on around the back as well. You have, looks like LEDs on that tombstone, and it looks like LEDs for those brake light or for those turn signals on the side there as well. So a lot of really good lighting all the way around. Then you've got this windshield, as well as these nice little handguards there. And this is a really nice piece too, I'm going to show you. So you do have your nice floorboards, of course, a little bit extra chrome that you'll see on the Deluxe. And you do have these highway pegs you can move around to a lot of different positions, but look at that. If you're a hog rider, you got the hog pegs. You got the Harley owner group pegs there. So I mean, that's a pretty cool right there. Just a really nice little added feature. And this with this engine guard, you've got another place to put your feet on. So I mean, you've got tons of room to move around on this bike. Lots of good wind protection. It also has the plug-in for the heated gear. Oh, there it is, right there, right in front of me. So you've got this to get more heat, and then you have this little deflector to keep some of that heat away from you too if you need to. Yeah, let's see what else we got. So, like I said, you've got the white walls, really sharp look on this thing. A little bit more bedazzle right over here. And then you've got a little custom speaker set up there, a little bag on the bars. Then you do have those locking saddlebags, like I was saying, on the back. Now this is also, or at least can be set up for a passenger. So you do have passenger pegs back there, as well as you do have a passenger seat inside here that you could switch out with this if you need to. And you'll see that passenger does have that backrest for themselves. And another little piece here, you do have this helmet lock. So this is a really cool little helmet lock. So you just put the D-strap there from your helmet. You just set your helmet down here, hook the little D-strap in there, and then lock it on. So that's a really nice little added protection in there, of course. Yeah, those are the main features that we're going to see on this bike. And I'm super excited to go show you what this bike will do on around Raleigh. I mean, these twin cam Softails are just classy. They sound good. I mean, they're motorcycle. Let's see. Oh, and we have our thermometer and our clock there. I mean, this bike, it's a Deluxe, and it's got a lot of little features here on it. So I'm super excited to go show you this bike. So yeah, let's go ahead and ride this thing. All right, what's up, guys? Here this motorcycle is. Super excited. I mean, this thing's got all the trim and chrome we could have. I mean, look at the axle nut covers, even the little press-on pieces there for the riser bolts. Not the riser bolts, but the riser top clamp bolts. So it is the keyless ignition, so you just have to lock the ignition switch. But go ahead and turn that on right here. Hit run. Let you hear this thing. Shoo! Look at that. Listen to that. That's a motorcycle right there. Yeah, so check out these brake lights. I mean, these things are super bright. I mean, that's pretty awesome. All the tassels we could want. Bright lights all the way around. Even though it's just a bright sunny day, we can still see this motorcycle very, very well. But yeah, so I have those. I also have an oil temp gauge, so I can see the bike's already been ran just a little bit, which was me bringing it over here to record it for you. Yeah, so 6-speed transmission, 96 cubic inches of pure American freedom, brother. So yeah, let's go ride this thing. Go show you what this thing's all about. I'm excited. I haven't ridden a bike quite this classy in a while, actually. So yeah. Let's go ahead and see what it's about. We've got a lot of construction going on. If you've seen any of the other videos, you know that, or if you've just been around, you know there's a bunch going on. So I'm gonna creep on out of here just in case somebody's partying a little bit too quick. And we'll squeeze on down to here. Oh yeah, you hear that? Shoo, that thing sounds like a motorcycle. Now, my gripe I have so far is that I like to look pretty far down the road, and this top of the windshield is just right where I'm trying to look. So, especially as nice of a day as it is right now, I'd probably pull this windshield off a little bit. Let's see what else we got. The tassels are tickling my forearms rather well. I am low on fuel. Hopefully have enough fuel to get back. But as pretty as this bike is, someone's bound to stop and help out if I need it. Oh yeah, let's get going. Woohoo! Man, I haven't ridden a motorcycle like this in a while. Man, this thing's classy. This is a cruiser. When people say cruiser, this is what they mean. The handguards are nice too. I mean, really, the first time I saw this motorcycle to photo it for our website, I didn't even notice these handguards on it. Just because they're clear. I mean, they're kind of invisible. They're very low profile. And I was really mesmerized by the paint, to be honest. Love a good sparkle on the paint. I had this thing sitting out in front of the dealership just for a few minutes just to get some photos of it. Actually, I'm gonna go to the highway, and everyone had to stop and stare at this thing. So let's see what we got. Now it is a cruiser. It is for cruising, so I'm not gonna push it too hard. But it's a motorcycle, so you can still have fun with it. Just might have to use a little more body position. But it is a 96 cubic inch motor, so it's gonna want to hustle. So it has a good amount of power to get you out on the highway. It's not so much power that I'd want to go far left and far up just to make this exit, but you won't have any problem merging into traffic with this old girl. An old girl, she's a 09, but she's got about 15,000 miles on her, so she's still got plenty of loving still in her. The windshield, the vision's really not bad. I just dip my head down a little bit more, but it's cozy. I'm not really getting any wind on my head, not too much on my hands either. I mean, we're cruising right here. This would be an easy bike to go take somewhere to a good old trip. So you'll see fuel range is low. So normally I would tell you that you have a fuel range, but I do have a fuel light that's on right now too. Miles on the bike. Let's see. Let's slow down a little bit. I was hoping to check RPMs. I think this one has it. We'll check here in just a second. Go ahead and cut it to the right. There's not too far we need to go on this bike. Oh. we got a green light. Let's see. Can we make this turn? A little offset. Got rid of the red light camera that used to be right here. Interesting. Yeah. Right in the shade, man. It's such a good day to go ride. So what I was going to show you, some miles on the bike, trip A, trip B, and our fuel range. So it's not going to tell you RPMs. Instead, and my clock. So instead of RPMs, an RPM gauge, what you're going to have is exhaust. So just use a little bit of exhaust and you'll be good. You'll know when it's time to shift. Yeah, so now you might be looking at this speedo and be wondering, all right, so is that 4.5? So between 4 and 5, is that 4,000 RPMs? Can I rev it up to 12,000 RPMs? Or is that 12 miles an hour? Or is that 120 miles an hour? So that is your speedo. So that is all in speed, so it's times 10. Just gives it a little extra level of class. This gives it just a little bit extra level of class there for you. Another throwback. This helps making it look a little more fancy, a little more old school. Alright. I was riding a bike with a quick shifter all weekend, so I'm trying to not quick shift this bike. It's a slightly different style of riding here today. Yeah, look at that. This is what riding a motorcycle is about right here. Plenty of power to do everything you need to around town, good touring, but not too much to really get yourself in trouble. So, yeah, that's the speedometer. So, running about the speed limit currently. I got my clock, I got my air temp, I got my old temp on the right. A little more analog style of gauges for everything, but look at my tassels too. I mean, look at that. That's classy, man. I'm about to go put tassels on my H-D Softail now. And so if you don't ride with gloves a lot, it's, you know, instead of you wearing the leather, your bike is wearing the leather, so then it's easier on the fingers when you're grabbing the clutch and that sort of thing. And it's a pretty light clutch too. So I mean, if your hand strength isn't quite what it used to be, it'll be an easy fix. Shifts nice and smooth. I'm loving this thing. I got the floorboards. I'll have my hog pegs. There they are. Look at that. Now I'm in the stirrups here. I'm in the downshift though. So I need to slow down a little bit for the school zone. Yeah, so I can move my feet around from over there. I can move my feet to right there. Back to the pegs or the floorboards. I mean, there's tons of options to stay cozy on this. And if you're a little more flexible, throw them on the passenger pegs too. Lean forward a little bit, get a little tuck in if you need to. Check that out. Oh yeah. Look at this thing. I think my hands are a little warm. Oh, it does heated grips too. Those might actually be on. I was just thinking my right hand felt a little bit warm. Didn't feel quite as much in my left. Interesting. But I was like, man, my right hand's kind of sweating a little bit. There we go. It is the twist style. A little bit older, more worn grips. So a little bit easier to grab that dial with gloves. It doesn't have cruise control. It has more of the old school style cruise control, which is that little wing nut piece underneath in between the throttle cables. Yeah, this is a really good motorcycle for just about anyone, honestly. Granted, anyone can ride any motorcycle they want to, but this one in particular, I'd probably say it's really not a bad bike for just about anyone. Yeah, because I mean everything's super easy to navigate and move on it. Classier, more nostalgic bike. It's good for that. I mean, nice and cozy. Is it for the guy that really wants to, you know, push every turn and really push those limits on the bike? Probably not as much. Like I said, this is a little bit more easygoing cruiser. For that guy, you know, I'd probably recommend something closer to the, you know, the M8 Softails, because they're just a little bit sportier than these twin cam Softails. If you like the twin cam platform, then if you like the twin cam platform and you want to stay a little bit sportier, probably better off going the Dyna route. And that was always an interesting, you know, a pretty cool comparison. I mean, the Dynas, you know, they always seemed like they could be a little bit sportier. Now, of course, the wide glide, you know, stuff like that wasn't as sporty. But I mean, the Dyna Lowrider, it was a little bit sportier than the Softail Deluxe. Then on the M8 Softails, I mean, they're all a little bit, they're all on that same frame, and it's just little differences that make that bike, you know, a little more cruiser versus a little sportier cruiser. So, but this thing's cruiser. This thing is light touring, whip around town. It's a good bike to be on for as long as you want. Spend a whole weekend on it and go commute with it. It's a bike that'll be a blast anywhere you go and take it. And we are going to take it right back to the dealership so that we can get ready to show you guys the next bike. And here we are right back where we started. So, thank you guys for riding along with us today. We hope that you ride around with us again. And we hope that you come and see this motorcycle sometime soon. This 2009 Harley-Davidson Softail Deluxe. So, thank you for riding. And in the meantime, ride safe, and we'll see you soon.